Hello and welcome to Season 6. Is it Season 6? Is that right? Is it really? Fucking hell. Yeah, Season 6. I had a momentary panic. Season 6.
It's not 6 years, though, is it? That we've been doing it.
No.
Is it? Fucking hell. It's mad, isn't it?
No, it's not.
I keep getting... Oh, hang on. Let me finish that. Season 6, Episode 2, yada, yada, yada. Let's Oderants. I'm Dan.
Hello.
Say hello. Hello, everyone. Oh, fucking nice one.
Hi.
Yes. Good. Right, I keep...
Hello.
Right, say hello. I keep getting messages from people saying, can you stop just...
Hi.
Why are you idiots dicking around?
I just like to fuck with you.
Yeah.
Just like to mess up your beautiful presentation, your professional introductions.
Yep. Thank you.
Hi.
You like what, Dan? Go on.
If I start talking, you're just going to interrupt.
No.
Fucking knobheads. Right. And James has now walked off. I can't believe this.
James has just walked off.
He literally waits till everyone has stopped fucking around. Then he throws in a random hello and then wanders off. It's absolutely brilliant. Right. So I keep getting messages from people on like Instagram and Facebook and stuff and saying, I just listened to the latest episode of Les Oderants. I'm like, God, you must be the one. You must be the one listener. But actually, it turns out there's quite a few listeners. So we are incredibly grateful to all you listeners. And if you want to stick your hands in your pockets and shell out for our Patreon, I'm pretty sure that money will somehow filter its way into my pocket, where I shall spend it on perfume. Oh, speaking thereof. Why don't we start? This is completely unplanned, unscripted, but why don't we start with what did we spend our Aaron money on in perfumey terms? Can anyone remember?
Gris Dior.
Gris Dior.
I bought a bottle of Gris Dior. Thank you very much. It's beautiful. I love it, actually. And I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did. And I loved it. So, yeah, that was money well spent, to be honest. I've had a great time with that over Christmas. I wore it a lot. Yeah.
Nice.
And Gris Dior is
really nice. To say much... I'm not sure what I was expecting of it, but everything I'd ever read of it, I think I sort of mentioned it last week, but everything I'd read was that it was a bit boring, not like the old Diors and all this like stuff. But actually, like, it's really nice. It's just like a really nice patchouli, kind of woody patchouli, lovely thing. Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, very clever.
Danny's just flashed her tits at me.
No way.
Why did she do that?
Oh my God.
Because she's behind the camera and you can't see her.
I don't know what to say now.
That is a podcast first, a tit flash. Okay, well, I bought...
Hi, Jenny.
Hi, Jenny. You know we can see you, right, Jenny?
Yeah, she's gone now.
So I bought this, which is a partial of a Givenchy called a Very Irresistible. And I am very...
Oh, you won't like it.
Would Jenny like to join the podcast?
Go on. She's gone.
She's gone now. What, gone? Like, taken care of.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, she's
Soprano
gone.
style gone. So, Givenchy, Very Irresistible, and it's really rather nice in a very sort of designery
Is
sort
that
of...
vintage?
Well, I mean, it's old. I think it's like
discontinued for fucking years, so it must be.
It's I think early 2000s, and it's got that sort of early 2000s kind of designer vibe with a bit of coffee, and it's sort of like, it's almost like blue shower gel meets coffee perfume. It's sort of nice. It's very dated smelling. Like it doesn't smell like it's from the 70s, but it definitely smells like this is no longer perfume that's in fashion, if that makes sense.
I feel like early 2000s designery were like sort of big, spicy, sweet Oriental things. Like kind of Caroline Herrera, Sexy Man, and Paco Rabanne, Millionaire, or whatever the fuck it's called, stuff like that.
The big gold blob.
Yeah, that kind
thing.
of, and blob is the perfect word for the perfume, isn't it? Like those kind of overtly sweet, spicy kind of things. Is that right, or is that not?
Well, I think that was certainly part of the story. Yeah, totally.
But that's not what you've got there.
No, this is not blobby. It is more shower jelly. It's vaguely. So I don't know if you know Xerius Rouge, Givenchy Xerius Rouge. So it's got the sort of the spicy sort of shower jelly vibe of that, with a coffee that sort of tones it all down. It's nice. It's very charming and inoffensive. It's the sort of perfume that probably if you wore it a lot at the time, you'd be super nostalgic for, and that might explain why, prices are super high. But if it were released today and they charged like 250 quid a bottle, I'd be like, fuck off, mate, that's ridiculous. So, but I got this at a totally fair price from someone I know, and it's nice. It's nice, and it will always be the perfume that Aaron helped me fund. So thank you, Aaron. Thank you.
I had it and I used it all.
Oh wow!
So.
You used a bottle.
Oh wow! You finished?
Yeah, like years ago when it was out, and then I remember thinking, oh, I might want to get that again. And then people want stupid fucking prices for stuff, don't they? And speaking of its name's a bit stupid, isn't it? Very irresistible.
Yeah, but it's
like it reminds me of that. What's that Huey Lewis song? Simply irresistible.
That wasn't Huey Lewis.
Robert Palmer, wasn't it?
Was it not?
Robert Palmer. Yeah.
Oh, Robert Palmer. Okay, Robert Palmer. It was some. Brilliant. You know what I mean. You know the vibe.
I do, but it does have an accent over the E, so it's very irresistible.
It would have been nice if that was over
Let Fliss do it. Let Fliss do
it.
They're irresistible. So, when you said you finished a bottle, for some reason, whenever anyone says I finished a bottle, I'm always reminded of Christopher Walken's performance in True Romance, where he basically kills Christian Slater's dad, and he says, I haven't killed a man since 1982, and I haven't finished a bottle since 1982. That's basically why. So that makes no sense. Good. All right, so we know what Ben got, we know what I got. Fliss, what did you get with your Aaron money? Nothing yet.
Yeah, well, I am going
delaying
to
the gratification.
I'm delaying the gratification. I'm going to buy a nice larger sample set from Parfum d'Empire, because I tried a couple of their things last year and I really, really like them, and I just want to know more about the house. So that is what I'm going to do. But I also have got a load of samples I need to get through before I buy them. Otherwise I'll just do my head in. So I just need to I'm just what's the word?
Just waiting.
Just waiting.
Which Parfum d'Empire is it?
A large sample set.
Oh, okay.
Just
generally. Have you tried Musk Tonkin? Is that one?
Oh, I've got a partial bottle of that, and it's fucking phenomenal.
It's good, that one, yeah.
That's one of the ones that made me go, oh my God, this is a really great house.
They are, and I think you'll like some other ones, to be honest. I can't remember them particularly, but I remember like that. I'm like, that's a good brand. Yeah.
It's a great brand, and I know almost nothing about them. Well, the only thing I know from them is Musk Tonkin. So I need to educate myself. So I'm spending my money, my Christmas money, on educating.
Get educated,
myself.
yeah. Get educated,
Yeah.
yeah. And James,
Educating Flissy.
have you spent your own money?
I spent my own money. I talked about them the other week. It was those Viro samples, which I actually, like I say, I kind of embraced the woo of them and kind of thought that they were like all right, and they're reasonably priced, and I had reasonably positive things to say about most of them. I mean, they're not like they're not going to change your life or anything, but they were decent, and I was very surprised because I was expecting to. I actually bought it thinking, "Nice one, Aaron. You've given me loads of ammunition to just slag them all off and write loads of horrible vitriolic reviews."
Which is how you like them.
And I couldn't do it. I couldn't even slag one of them off.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, a bit disappointed really.
I could still slag the brand off because I do think I still think the woo is just absolute fucking balderdash. It's like, backed by neuroscience. Like, is it really backed by neuroscience, or is this just a ridiculous fucking claim you're making? Because I suspect it's the latter. It's like that pheromones guy. Do you remember the pheromones guy?
It's not as bad as that. I will defend it slightly in that it's a bit more amorphous. It's a bit less like, there's no substance to it really, but there is kind of like, it's based on people's opinions. So if you go, does this lavender make you feel like a bit? No, yeah, it does. Yeah. So if they take a survey of a load of people who say that, then you can say, it's backed by something. Do you know what I mean?
It's backed by a survey of 8 people. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm a little bit, and I'm a fucking stickler for that kind of shit. No, that's not scientific. That's not right. Where this, I'm giving them a bit of a pass because I'm like,
it's a bit more of a grey, isn't it?
I'm not as offended by it.
It's not quite, it's not saying like, it's designed in a lab to get your balls tinkling and your panties wet. Like it's not like we found this like fucking pheromone on a caterpillar and it gets all the ladies horny, so we've put it in a perfume so that whenever you walk outside everyone gets pregnant. Like it's not like that.
Great impregnator.
It's just a bit woo, isn't it?
But I think, to be honest with you, anything that smells nice is going to lift your spirits a bit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If you like the smell, your spirits are going to lift a little bit. That's just
And there wasn't much variation, so it's not like, this thing can do this very specific thing to help you. It all is, this is like, opens your chakras or fucking enlightens you or makes you feel, they're all going to fucking do the same thing. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Which is broadly make you feel a little bit nicer or better or something. And I give them that, all those things can do all those things.
As I mentioned last week, Mia Khalifa has been collaborating with them on advertising, so they are certainly embracing their sexual liberation and all the rest of it.
Yes,
you're fucking obsessed with her, aren't you?
Well, I mean, I'm a red-blooded male. What do you want me to say?
Well, I mean, she got like a burqa on or something.
In some of the videos, she might do.
I can guarantee they play on that niche. I bet you.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we probably, so we probably shouldn't. But I know. Sorry, I know everyone's very disappointed.
You brought her up.
I did.
She looks fucking barely of age as well.
No, it's nonsense.
You should fucking sort yourself out.
She's in her 40s or something.
Are you in the fucking files or what?
Oh God, yeah. Oh God, yes. So we've had an interesting week in politics here with the whole files, haven't we? But I just wanted to go back and clarify something. Given that we sort of limped into the beginning of this show and then we just started blabbering about Aaron, it is worth clarifying again for anyone who didn't memorise everything we said in the last episode that. We're indebted to a listener called Aaron who very kindly got in touch and sent us a very generous Christmas bonus, which, was really very sweet. There was no need. We're not soliciting gifts, although do feel free to join our Patreon. It was kind and uncalled for, and we spent the money, and so we just wanted to share with everyone what we'd bought. Thank you again, Aaron. Right.
Thank you, Aaron.
Yeah, it's very
Terence
kind.
Hughes.
It's a little bit too kind.
Very
really.
kind.
No, it wasn't him.
Okay. I mean, as
It's a different Aaron.
he definitely wasn't Aaron Terence Hughes yet. So as long as you guys have stopped just butting in and saying hello, we can move on to the actual substance.
Hi.
Yeah, I sort of knew
You walked
I was
into that,
setting you
didn't
up
you?
for that.
Yeah.
But you may now stop.
Okay.
I can see James's face. He's literally unable to contain himself.
I'm not. I'm honestly not. I'm not.
Your face strongly suggests otherwise. Anyway, well.
Just a face.
It's the only one I got. So, what's been going on? Oh, James, you mentioned something it is or is not going to change your life. I actually wrote a review on Instagram today about the one of the Sultan Pashas called Joyeuse, and I said that it did or it will actually change your life. And I've started asking this question, if you're trying to convince yourself not to buy a perfume, will it change your life? Probably not. In this case, I think it really is absolutely exquisite. And if you take that sort of same space as Descendres and Ralph Lauren Polo and those kinds of classic masculine green sort of herbaceous kind of smoky things, and just make it much more lavender forward and fougere-ish, that's sort of where you end up. It's just brilliant. It is a wonderful kind of old school smelling modern fougere, and honestly, I love it. It is a complete work of art, and it's mad, really, to me, how something so familiar, if you like, because there's no, it's not like this is breaking new ground. It's not like this smells completely off the wall and like nothing else I've ever smelled. It smells familiar, right? But how something so familiar can smell so enchantingly brilliant and different, I love that, and it's one of the things that occasionally just grabs me and reinvigorates me about perfume. But I did say that is a life changer. It's a superb perfume.
But you were saying as well that all of the Sultan Pashas you tried are really stonking.
Yeah, so there's 4. They've released 4. There's one that when I sampled it I wasn't wild about, actually, which is a vetiver one called Thebes or Tabes or something, which, with the benefit of hindsight, I should probably go back and resample, because the other 3, which I've got, Quintessentially Amber, Joyeuse and Irisoire, are fucking magnificent. Just magnificent perfumes. And I think James used the word last week talking about, I think, Lynn Harris as savant, and I think Sultan Pasha is actually, I don't think he's had any formal training as a perfumer or anything. That's my understanding, and yet what he produces smells like the most classically trained perfumers. It doesn't smell remotely indie and niche and avant-garde. It smells utterly fucking classical in every way, and I just think it's remarkable. So I would say that guy is a savant. He's just, I don't know how he's acquired this skill, but acquired it he has, because these have blown my fucking balls off.
I think he's studied old formulas. Again, not to take anything away from him, it is experimentation probably as well. But I think he's got a lot of it. It's not like it smelled anything. And to bear in mind, it smelled like most of his guitars, like all of them basically, because you used to get them on this little card that he'd like wax seal, and he sent you all the little dibblers of them. And I found it remarkable, because usually when you get guitars from a brand, they'll all smell like oud roses or like loads of rose or loads of ouds, or that's it really. And I was so taken aback by how many just smelled like classic perfumes in Attar format. And I was like, that's amazing. Like, I'd never come across that before. And a lot of them, like the Irish Soir one, in fact, all of those I think are originally the Atars. And I was like, why doesn't he just make like EDP perfumes out of these? And now he has. Exactly. Like, amazing. And he's somebody like, I think he's got a good sense of humor, and like he's well liked in this kind of indie like circles. I've had a few little exchanges with him, and he's a cool guy. And he also, I know that he loves classic perfume. He's got loads of like 100-year-old fucking Guerlains, and he bought a Hubergun, like an original. Well, I don't know if it's the original, but it's a very, very old. What's the one? Fougère Royale. So he knows all the, and he studies them, obviously. Whether they don't smell any good anymore, but I know he has this kind of, he's a great like collector and stuff. So somebody with that kind of love has to put it, if they're not going to put something out, I don't think that's, it doesn't convey that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, I've been completely blown away by them. The only other thing that I wanted to mention, because I do, I want to get onto the meat of tonight's episode, really. But the only other thing I wanted to mention was that I got introduced to someone called Raza Gunderson, who I think is, I'm going to say Norwegian. And she has a brand called Naturalis, which is all natural materials. And I'm always a bit like, if you make all natural, it's sort of like, it feels like you're probably tying one arm behind your back for no particularly good reason to only use naturals. Because I don't think, my instinct is it's probably not better as such. It's just different, but also you're kind of limiting what you have to work with. You're creating sort of restrictions for yourself that might make life more complicated.
I mean, the thing is, sorry, it's just to jump in and just do that on that talking point. I always think it's difficult as well. Like, one person's definition of naturals could be different to another's, I think, because how so? Yeah. Well, like, so for example, if you're talking about like where you get like molecules that are produced in a lab that are like isolated molecules of a scent, they're found in nature, and that's a natural molecule, but it's not like a tincture, for example, which some person might suggest is more natural, because that's right. You've taken a piece of leather, you've chucked it in some alcohol to steep for like 6 months, and now you've got this thing that, or you've taken a bunch of natural like organic material and you've like tinctured it or somehow extracted it or whatever. Like maybe that is that less or more natural than something that's produced in a laboratory but is of a scent that is from nature. So I always find when they say, it's completely natural, you're like, yeah, but where have you drawn the line for that? Because to me it feels like it's a little bit of a hazy definition. I don't know, James. You might have something to say on that.
James, I was going to say.
No, that's a good point. I think that's fair enough. You could go even further with it and go, like you say, all these things exist in nature. Some things, I mean, certain things there are, things that are man-made, but most of the things in perfumery, most of those molecules exist in the natural anyway. So yeah, I mean, it's a thing.
I mean, but natural doesn't.
I also think, just to pick up on something Dan said. So sometimes when you reduce your palette of materials, let's say like Jean-Claude Helena or anybody, or in like music, if you've only got like an 808 to play with and maybe like an effects thing or something, the palette of things that you can make with that is amazing, and it depends how it uses your creativity. That it's dependent on you.
Do you know what?
To make something better, and sometimes not having a big blank canvas or loads of plugins and loads of things that you can do and keyboards over here and stuff, sometimes reducing what you've got, you get better results. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
I think
that could be said for the naturals as well.
I think that's completely fair, and I've seen not to be overly boring, but I've seen that in IT projects actually, where sometimes you just need to take some of the people off the project in order to kind of filter it down and just work with, you know, one or two people who can agree on shit. That's quite interesting. But anyway, my point was really that she very kindly sent me a couple of perfumes, and I've been wearing this one called Sacra, which is an incense and myrrh. So it's frankincense and myrrh. And I was wondering if maybe we could get some gold, and then basically three wise men would appear.
Chuck it at a baby.
Chuck it at a baby. Have that, you cunt. It's actually very nice. So all of that long run up around the naturals was basically to say it's a very nice perfume. I feel like you can sense that this has been all kind of tinctured, etc., or extracted, or whatever the terminology is, but done in a sort of natural sense. The materials feel natural, but I think they also feel a little bit fleeting, perhaps. And you know, you can tell that the perfume, I'm sure, would be quite different, but more commercially popular, perhaps, if it had a load of additional fixatives and all the rest of it in. But it's my understanding is it's all natural / organic materials. It's very nice. I'll try and she sent me 2, and I'll try and send some samples over to all of you, because I think you know it's worth at least trying them. Right, Fliss, you have been super quiet, so you get to talk about perfume. What would you like to say?
Well, the only thing that I've got new to talk about, other than all of the MDCI stuff that we're going to talk about in a bit, is I purchased 100ml partial bottles, so about 80ml of Declaration Parfum for 40 quid.
Cartier.
And oh my God, it's amazing. Cartier Declaration, but it's Parfum, not Eau de Parfum, Parfum. It's amazing. It's has this mad sweaty opening, but then the dry down is a magnificent vetiver. It's like it's very orangey, bitter orange, and then this vetiver is so bright and green, but also rounded and smooth. And I know that I've said in previous episodes I'm not really a mad vetiver fan, but I will wear the shit out of this. I got to know it from Love is a Scent sent me a whole load of secret samples last year that I talked about, and one of them was this, and I have been I've had a save on a partial bottle of it for months now, nearly 8 months, and I managed to find one on eBay, and it doesn't smell like a Declaration flanker at all. I think it absolutely stands in its own right, and it is joyous. Absolutely
love
joyous. It. Yes, that's my thing.
Nice.
Had you tried it before you bought your partial?
Yeah, so my friend Love is a Scent, Ksenia, friend of the show, sent me last year a bunch of samples labelled 1 to 10, and I did talk about some of them in previous episodes, and this was one of them, and I couldn't believe when she told me that it was a Declaration flanker, that it was a Declaration flanker. It's just absolutely delicious. It's incredibly round and smooth, and it has that big sweaty Declaration opening, but then it's very fruity as well, and just it's sweet and happy, but it has quite a heft to it as well. I'm all over it. It's probably the only vetiver I've got in my collection in a proper bottle now, other than little 10ml things of things like Timbuktu and stuff.
I remember trying it because it came out a long time after the original Declaration, didn't it? It was like...
Yeah, it's a Mathilde Laurent, and it came out in 2018.
I remember it was great because I was like, yeah, this captures the original. I've got a different one, like a blue Declaration, like Low or something like that, which again still has that little sweaty like cumin thing, but it's more it's a bit fresher, you know, it's a bit more like grapefruit.
Yeah, this is I think it's very wintry with the bitter orange and the spices. It's got cardamom, leather, benzoin, balsam and stuff. So that, and then all that cumin from the sweaty opening. It does feel very much heavier than the original declaration. And I say it's definitely, I would call it cold weather, but people do what they want, obviously, don't they? But it's very much heftier than the original declaration.
Well, that's,
but I think well worth looking out and having a sniff of.
That's got the classic Jean-Claude Helena transparency, hasn't it? The original one.
Yeah, there's not very much transparency.
No. A bit more opaque.
Nice. Cool. Okay, good. And Ben? Any perfumes beyond the MDCIs you'd like to report in on?
Bugger all. I've been doing MDCI all day, every day.
Wow. Okay. Really been going to town on this shit. Cool. Well, that was a quick report from Ben. James, anything you would like to declare other than your arbitrariness?
Well, do you know what, guys? Because you're always like, I've bought this and someone sent me this and I've done this, and I was like, I've not done a full 14 and let me think of something to talk about. I've bought loads of shit. I bought fucking loads of shit. I bought something during our last recording, which is this.
And how are you getting on with that? That's the Off-White Solution number 4? Number 2. 2.
I wore it once. It's great. I mean, it's a kind of funky, sort of modern orange blossom perfume. It does have that, exactly what you said, Dan, like kind of tangerine jelly, which I was like immediately sold on. I was like, yes. And it definitely does have that. It opens up with that. And then it's just a kind of good, nice orange blossom. It's lovely. It got like complimented a few times. The bottle's cool. It's got this cool industrial stopper thing on it, and I'm glad I got it. It was 27 quid.
I know, it's
so
mental.
I wouldn't pay full whack for it.
No.
But you know, it was definitely worth 27.
They were 140.
What, sorry?
They were 140 at full price, I think. So,
which still isn't horrendous, is it?
Not
Considering
for 100 ml, no. But
no.
So I wore that the other day as well, actually, and my youngest said, "Oh, that perfume you're wearing, that smells like summer holidays." And I was like, "Yeah, it does."
Aww.
Fair enough.
Well, look at what else I got. Fucking hell, this is a bit much.
Someone's been to Hermes.
Ooh, an orange, that lovely orange bag.
Lovely orange bag. Big fuck off orange box. Let's see what's in here.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
What's in the box? Oh, it is. It is Gwyneth Paltrow's Swede.
I was going to say, is it?
Swede.
There we go. Right.
Oh my God, what's that? Oh, have you got yourself a big sampler
It's a
set?
big bag. No.
Jesus Christ. This is like...
It's a gallop.
Oh, Gallo.
It's a gallop. So...
Was this from Rich?
Fliss is looking in shock here.
Was this from Rich Mitch? Because he was going around trying to flog Gallop to everyone who moved.
He was. No, it's not his. He's got his own one. I got my own one.
Yeah.
So...
I've
never tried it.
There's a little gallop.
Oh, it's just...
Is it quite horsey?
It's a rose, isn't
phenomenally
it?
good.
Yeah.
It's a leather rose. It's the best leather rose.
It's lovely. It's lovely. It's a really elegant, lovely
nice
perfume.
looking bottle as well.
And a really nice looking bottle. So I've got that. And I also got, now, I don't know, how much have you got, Fliss, of this?
I've got I've got the bottle, and then I've got 100ml refill as well.
Jesus.
I have, yeah.
Snap, so have I.
Yay!
Yes. I did get mine on the grey. I think, but it was also, I think Flannels were selling the 100ml for half price at one point. And so I bought the 100ml before I bought the bottle, because I just thought I'm just going to have the refill and put it in a decant. But yeah, it's just...
I'm not going to tell anyone how much I got it for, because I'm probably going to flog the refill, to be honest, because I probably won't use the whole bottle. But yeah, I mean, it's unusual for me to buy something, but you just can't get it anywhere. You can't get it anywhere.
It's really hard to get hold of, and it is it's so smooth and rounded, and the leather is so refined, but still definitely there. Sometimes I think if you over refine the leathers, they end up smelling a bit prissy, perhaps, or they're just not quite. They don't last in the same way. But the Gallop, it is a saddle leather, but it's a very refined saddle leather. It's not. Yeah, it's
gorgeous.
The leather accords in Hermes are fantastic. I love them.
It's this kind of rose chypre leather, modern.
Nice.
Love it.
Nice.
Really nice. I didn't really like it when it came out, though. I was like, meh. And then I tried it, and then it was like forbidden fruit. You know, as soon as it got discontinued, I was like, oh, I've actually realised that I love this, and I must have it.
Oh, it's discontinued.
Yeah,
it was brilliant. It was brilliant. Why did they discontinue it?
Is it actually discontinued though? Because Hermes do this thing where they sort of like almost discontinue things and
bring it back.
Then they don't. And then they just they're like, no, there was just.
It's still on the website, so maybe there might be.
They're still making fucking bottles of Derby in bloody Dior. You know, you can go to the Dior boutique and buy freshly compounded bottles of fucking Derby. It's.
Are you joking? Can you?
Yeah, a friend of mine picked us a 125ml bottle up when they were over in Paris.
In Dior. In Guerlain?
No, not Dior. Sorry, Guerlain. Yes.
Yeah. I thought you were going to go, not Derby.
No,
sorry, fucking.
Yeah, no.
You know,
Dior. I was thinking Dior because I got my Dior Vetiver from there as well. So that's also discontinued.
Yeah.
But they still sort of release them through the Dior flagship store in Paris. But you can get Guerlain Derby in Guerlain. It's just bizarre. So they discontinue these things, and then if you sort of happen
still keep them on.
But they just it's not really discontinued. It's just they just really reduce the availability.
Trying to get people to go to Paris. Yeah. It's like a tourism thing.
Exactly. It's a really cynical manoeuvre by the Paris Tourism Authority. You were about to show us something else there, though, James. What was that?
Yeah, there's some little bits and bobs that they've put in. I mean, this is shite, isn't it?
Which is the Intense, yeah.
Terre d'Hermes Intense, yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Not a fan.
Boring.
And then this, which got absolutely trounced by everybody. I personally really liked it, and I think I put up a story about it. So I haven't even written a review, but I put a story up about it going, do you know what? You know, I'm notoriously don't mind that Akajala wood and all that kind of stuff. And this is
it's the
Barenia, right?
Is it the Intense or the...
I don't know, you know.
Because they're quite different.
Barenia Eau de Parfum, it says.
I've got the Barenia Intense, which is quite nice.
I like it, to be honest. And Jenny absolutely loves it. She says it's her favourite perfume she's ever smelled in her life.
Wow.
So,
really?
yeah, and she wants it. So,
and she'll have smelled quite a lot of
she can have it.
just by proxy, having had to enjoy you. So.
True. And Endure she has.
Yeah.
So, and then I got a little Vetiver Tonka, but that's all, you know, that's neither here nor there. The main other thing that we can just briefly touch on, because I know we want to get onto these MDCIs, because I've been wearing them as well. Rich Mitch and I were talking about probably, I don't know if it's his favourite perfumer, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but Anthony Gerard Anthony. Gerard Anthony.
Gerard Anthony, what did he do?
Yeah. He's done like Balenciaga Pour On, other stuff. So we were talking, I was like, oh, I remember that Gris Homme, because I remember trying it, Homme Gris, and he sent me that. But he also sent me Courage's Homme. Courage's Homme. Courage Homme. Courage Homme.
Is that sounds like
I mean, they both smell a bit aged. They're fucking vintage bottles, and there's something a bit dead in them, and the oak moss is a bit much, but you can tell what it once was, kind of thing. And they're both great. I mean, they're both like beautiful perfumes, but I'm kind of like, it takes something away sometimes with the vintageness of them, to be completely frank. I would like a bit more like nice sort of top notes and stuff, but the Courages, I got loads of vibes. I mean, it's a kind of, again, it's a mossy, sort of sheeper-esque, but when I say it smells, like I had a bit of, it's slightly reminiscent of Rive Gauche, not only the men's one but the women's one. So it's got like an aldehydic kind of opening, which again is a bit dead on this because it's, you know, vintage. But I can tell it's this soapy sort of like really. There should be more like sharpness there, but you can tell it's there. And then it goes into this kind of powdery thing, and then you get like wafts of kind of a little bit Rive Gauche, like the Pour Homme kind of one. So I love that. I mean, that's great. I would, you know, obviously like to have tried it in its prime, but never mind. And then the Gris is just a really very oak mossy. They're both very masculine as well, considering that they're reminiscent of lots of perfumes that were essentially made for women.
He made Iquitos
as well. Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go.
So he's got some bangers in his back catalogue, hasn't he?
Yeah, I'm just looking at them now. He knows how to do man frag for sure.
Nice. Cool. Okay, well that sounds like quite a few things to get stuck into, but we must move on because we have got courtesy of who organised this? Was it bloody Aaron again?
Aaron. It was Aaron again. Aaron has been heaping gifts.
Thank you, Aaron. So,
so he wrote to Claude at MDCI and said, send the guys some stuff, and he paid for our lovely large sample sets.
And sample sets, indeed, we have.
Yeah.
So, did we all get the same, or did we get different ones?
No. People requested the ones they wanted, and then if there was anything left over, Claude just popped something in that he thought you might appreciate. Okay. And then he also popped in the brand new one that's as yet unreleased.
So we all got the Vetiver one. So I don't know how this is going to work out, because I think I'm just going to shout out perfumes and we'll see who had them and we'll talk about them and all that.
I've got a list of the overlaps if you want me to put that in the chat.
No, I want you to just. I think I want you to call out the. Was there anything, Fliss, that all four of us got?
The Vetiver message.
Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that. Go on. This is unreleased MDCI. We have got sneak preview into a new MDCI that drops when, Fliss?
I think it's end of
February. And it's called Vetiver Massager. Massager?
I don't know. My French is horrific. All our French is horrific.
Mon Dieu, Rodney. Speak for yourself. So, Vetiver Massager. What did you think, Ben? Because you're a Vetiver connoisseur.
I didn't. So yeah, it's lovely. I didn't think it was like super strong on the Vetiver, though. It's very.
They say
soft.
Everything before the butt is bullshit. It's nice, but
no. It's lovely. I do think it's lovely. But it's not like a super strong Vetiver. When you spray it, it reminds me a little bit of like sort of almost like chocolate orange kind of scent to it, and it's definitely got the chocolatey side of Vetiver which actually reminded me a little bit of Serge Luton Vetiver Oriental, which is a very different perfume, but that has that kind of chocolatey, orangey sort of flip-flop with the Vetiver, which is interesting because it sort of flip-flops between like almost masculine and feminine at times, and very sort of dry and very sweet as well. This is nothing like that perfume, but it has that kind of chocolate orangey kind of vibe to it, and then it sort of calms down into a sort of more blossomy kind of scent, and the Vetiver sort of dies out a little bit. It's very soft. It's not one of those spiky, grassy Vetivers at all. It's much more a kind of slightly bitter, chocolatey, kind of smooth Vetiver.
So bitter is exactly the word I was thinking, and I think I'm not quite sure about chocolate and the orange, but definitely there's a bitter sort of like orange, almost orange rindy kind of dried orange rind sort of aspect to it. And agreed. Also, it's not super vetiver-y. I think I was saying before we started that, you know, I feel like it's probably quite hard to fuck up a vetiver perfume, and thankfully, they've not fucked it up. This is nice. I really like it. I would definitely wear it.
It's definitely a lighter vetiver for it's one of those vetivers that you could wear in the summer, because vetivers are often, well, I actually love them in heat, but a lot of them you tend to sort of go around those denser kind of autumnal perfumes and things like that, but I think this is definitely something along the lines more of Dior vetiver, where it's quite fresh. Do you know what I mean? Like it's
not to jump ahead, but I feel like that sort of lightness, with the exception of kind of Chypre Palatin, obviously, that sort of lightness tends to be quite typical, quite characteristic of the style of a lot of these. They're not, none of them are what you'd call headbanger perfumes. They're all, although they're all by different perfumers and stuff, and so, you don't have a house DNA, or anything like that, but the common theme is that they're all quite deft, all quite sort of light. None of them are sort of like sledgehammer perfumes for the most part. Chypre Palatin as an exception.
I sort of credit Claude with that, and maybe wrongly, I don't know, but he's obviously curating these, and he, gets the mods and stuff. And if someone goes, like Zerokian, who we'll talk about probably here, who's made one, who comes in and goes, here's this massive banger that would be like something that you'd get from Amouage. I'm assuming he'd go, fucking no, like that's not the,
this is MDCI.
That's not the ethos of this brand,
Yeah, they all feel very modern French classical to me. There's a real classical feel to them, and they're modern. They don't. Some of them feel as if they have a hint towards a great history of classical French perfumery, but none of them smell massive. They don't smell dated in a kind of like in a vintage way, but they do smell very, very classical to me. And the vetiver smells to me slightly gourmandy as well. There's almost like a fuzzy vanilla tonka in there that makes it feel very sweet. I don't know if there is or not, but it feels quite sweet to me, and I actually really like it because the freshness of the vetiver at the top and then the sweetness, I think it makes it a really feminine leaning vetiver, and I would happily wear this. It's a Natalie Faust hire, apparently.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what? So sorry. What? I'd lost my train of thought there for a second, as one does when making podcasts. But just on the point about Claude being essentially the curator, I feel like, and I was just checking on Fragrantica, he's not co-listed as a perfumer or anything. His name barely appears anywhere. I mean, that to me is a proper brand curator, someone who has pulled this all together and has allowed the perfumers' names to kind of shine and their work without any ego or anything. That he has not written his name on the bottle. He has not pretended that he's the perfumer. I think certain other brand impresarios, shall we say, should take note of how to do it in a classy way.
He's very classy.
So, James, how did you get on with the vetiver?
I really enjoyed it. I think it's really good. Again, interesting, Ben saying I get a kind of like a slightly fizzy, like almost like orange sherbet opening to it, going into definitely like a nutty vibe. So there's not only so vetiver has like can have a nutty quality to it. I got some vetiver that I never heard of, and I always go on about this. I think it's Brazilian, which apparently they have it there, but it's neither Javan or any of the usual ones. It's some other type, and it's very nutty. And I think it's saying it's a Feist Hour as well. She does very creamy, milky, lactonic type things, and obviously that nutty kind of edge. So, to be honest, it reminded me instantly, almost, apart from the orangey thing and whatever, it reminded me very much of that. I can never say the fucking. I always say it wrong. That Irish brand. Clune Keen.
Yeah.
I've got that nutty one from
the
Castagna, yeah, which is like very nutty. I mean, I don't know if you get nuts from this, but I get an extremely sort of round, nutty. Yeah.
Nutty.
It's lovely. It's lovely, and I'm really glad.
I think it's
lovely. I'm really glad because vetiver doesn't always have to conform to whatever you think it might do, and there is a broad spectrum of them, and I think this is a really valid one. And it not only does it fit in with the like what we're saying about the whole classy sort of vibe of the brand. It's really good, and I'm glad that it got a little exclusive peek at it. Because I think it'll be a popular perfume because it's really
MDCI
nice.
exclusive for Les O's.
Yeah.
And he doesn't bring out perfume very often. I think that's the other thing that's really interesting is that he has this brand and he's obviously really taking his time with every release. And so every release is considerate and
so
like
4 of mine, for example, are from the most recent dump. That sounds terrible. Not dump, you know what I mean. In 2022, I think, right. Because I tried the previous set, and even when people went, oh, here we go, this brand's starting to do like an Aventus clone or whatever, which we'll probably get to that one. Which even that isn't that. Do you know what I mean? And I think like so I'd tried sort of a lot of them, so I was like, I'm going to try the new ones. And little tiny spoiler alert, I really like them. I really like them, like most of them. So I'll show.
Okay. Well, all right. Let's finish off the vetiver one. Fliss, how did you get along with it?
I mean, like I said, I think it's really sweet. The citrus fresh top, and it's fruity and green, and there's that sort of musty tonkeriness to it. There's almost like an ashy quality I get in the dry down as well, which makes it, or ashy or powdery, and it makes it quite a grown up feel to me as well. It's full of layers, basically. I've wore it 3 times and I got a different thing every time. It's not linear at all, and I wasn't expecting to like it because it was a vetiver, and I'm not a mad vetiver fan apart from obviously the declaration, which I just talked about. But I would definitely save up for a bottle of this. I think I would wear the hell out of it, especially in the summer, but also in the cooler months as well. It smells great, even now.
So this is a very versatile perfume. I would wear this to work. I would wear it, around the house. I would wear it to the fucking gym if I had to. I certainly wear it going out for the day, going out for dinner, whatever. It's super versatile because it's just classy and nice. Really good. I look forward to it. And I probably have to buy one with a bust because I'm that dickhead. Because that's what I do. I does it. Okay, can we... so just out of interest, who had the blue satin?
I did.
That's the Aventus one. Yeah, me too. Okay, so...
I've got a sample of that.
I wrote a review of blue satin when it came out. And I feel like this was probably the harshest review I've ever wrote. And I probably need to revise my opinion, but what I wrote was, if you feel like Aventus is too strong but not expensive enough, then buy this. And I think that was really unfair with hindsight, because it's actually quite a lot different. I mean, it's obviously got striking similarity.
Is it though?
I think
for 10 minutes when you spray it, it's like quite a big patchouli whack, and then after that, it's like, oh yeah, this is Aventus. Yeah, cool. For the next 24 hours.
There's a toasted sort of creamy quality in the dry down for me that isn't Aventus-y at all.
Can't I never put this Aventus?
I'm not buying this shit. It's Aventus. It's fucking crap. It's.
Oh really?
Well, no. So here's the thing.
I think it's lovely.
That was harsh.
Really
it's
nice.
not crap because Aventus isn't crap, is it? Let's be real.
No,
it is a great perfume, but it is an Aventus clone. I mean, you'd be hard pressed to say it's anything other than.
It certainly draws heavily from Aventus.
I mean,
yes,
I did think the first 10 minutes was there's quite a lot of patchouli that's not like present in the Aventus normally, I don't think. But after that, like once it started drying down, I was like, yeah, we're in pretty familiar territory now. I wasn't that impressed with this, but not because of its. Because Aventus is a good perfume and it does smell nice. But it's in terms of like originality, I would score it a 0.
Right. I mean, I'm probably with you on it's low on originality, and I think probably it is fair that Claude or someone decided that we should probably have an Aventus-esque perfume, but I do feel like it is sufficiently different from Aventus. It's not. It's clearly, like if you buy, I don't know, if you buy one of these Armafs or whatever, it's just an Aventus clone. This is clearly like do something Aventus-like, but do it different, and I think it's very nice for it. It's certainly less kind of punch you in the face than Aventus.
It's softer edges, isn't it? Like all round, I think. I
like it a lot, but then I do like Aventus, so maybe I'm just a poor judge. James, I feel like you've probably got something to say about this one.
Not particularly. I was just scouring Fragrantica to find my review, but there's hardly any reviews on it. I don't know if they're not displaying on my phone or something.
Oh, right.
It seems odd that there would be fuck all reviews for this, because it seems like the kind of thing that people would have tried and talk about. I did try it at the time. I do have one of these little mini things of it upstairs, but I'd have to go and fucking dig it out. I felt it was, leaning on the Aventus-y sort of vibes, but I found it palatable, so it doesn't have a horrible
Oh
weird vanilla thing like that Cedrat Boisy.
That's
it's
awful.
not some bullshit. It's not, like you say, it's not some fucking Armaf thing or anything like that. You can tell there's craft in it, but is it really my scene? I mean, it's okay. I remember wearing it and it doesn't have the presence of Aventus. It doesn't have the smokiness or anything. So it's kind of a bit pointless for me personally.
Okay. Well, I mean, Fliss, do you have anything you want to say about it?
I mean, Aventus is not my thing at all. I did a review on it a little while ago, and I said Aventus-y inspired thing. So obviously not my bag. That said, it does have a lovely toasted quality in the dry down, and I don't hate it in the way that I hate Aventus. I actually quite like it, but that's I'm not an Aventus fan, so you're asking the wrong person really, and I wouldn't,
strangely, this is probably the one I'm most likely to buy out of the lot, given that I own Invasion Barbar and Chypre Palatin. This would probably be the third one that I'd buy. Maybe the Vetiver one, but I really liked it. I wore it today actually, and I just felt like it didn't give me quite the same chavvy vibes that Aventus does. So it gave me everything. Yeah, it gave me everything Aventus gives me, but without the sort of guilty, I feel like a fucking chav type thing. Okay, well, look, there's probably not all that much more to say about Blue Satin because, it is, I suppose, in the spirits of Aventus. What else do we overlap on, Fliss? Tell us.
There's quite a lot actually. So Ambra
Top Cappy.
Top Yeah, Dan and James.
Amber Top
You
Cappy.
both got
I've
that.
actually had a bottle of this before, and I really, really like the perfume, but it was so weak on me that I ended up selling it. But I really love the scent profile.
What do you love about it, Dan?
It's a sort of it's like a fresh sort of amber. It's not that kind of resinous, kind of heavy amber. It's light, airy, peppery amber. I enjoy it.
Would you say it's not even an amber at all, really?
I suppose that's possible. Yes. I mean, is that what you're saying? It's not a fucking amber.
No, I'm not. I'm just. It's an intriguing name because amber in perfumery means loads of different things. I mean, generally you go, no, it doesn't. It means labdanum, vanilla, and fucking benzoin or whatever. And it's like, well, yeah, it can mean that, but it can also mean other things. You know, amber is a description of loads of like base materials that you can use and aroma chemicals and stuff. So an amberyness and also ambergris, you know, it kind of comes from that as well. So that, you know, it's a broad church.
Yeah.
So I'll allow anything pretty much to be called amber, because you can go out, you know, I started off with a kind of ambery base, even though it ended up as a fucking aquatic or whatever, and I accept that. So it's just interesting that that's the choice of the name. It's actually in the title of the perfume, because usually you would go, oh, it's you know, you're expecting library, you know, dry old books or fucking, you know, something vanilla-y or like gourmandish or really warm and kind of wintry. To me, personally, I went back and read my original review of it, and I said, you know, it's a bit fucking Lynxy, it's a bit 90s, it's got kind of like something, it is very 90s, and it kind of reminds me of...
Yeah.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with this. This is massively wearable. It's actually quite complex in a sense, and it kind of reminds me of, and it's not like this, because if I tried it again I go, yeah, it's not really the same. It's a little bit like Calvin Klein Escape, or like something in between going towards, but then it does have this like almost like warm ambery thing, and also that early 2000s thing that you were talking about earlier. It could have been, I mean, it did come out in the early 2000s, didn't it?
2003, yeah. And
it says a lot, I think.
So some of the comparisons are wild on as they always are on Fragrantica, but Cri de Rolfa is the most popular comparison, and I can sort of get that. Also Tom Ford for men, but Polo Sport as well gets a mention, as well as Davidoff Cool Water. So it's very much of a certain time. You're right. I do remember really enjoying this perfume, but thinking it just didn't pass the kind of it's got to perform sort of criteria for me. It isn't a long-lasting perfume. That is a fact.
No, and it's expensive, and I mean, it's Pierre Bourdon as well who made this.
Didn't Bourdon do? No, hang on. I'm thinking of someone. Who did Aventus? It wasn't Bourdon, was it?
No, it was, who the fuck was it? Because they finally you know, held their hands up, the Creed boys, and went, yeah, it was this guy. No, they fuck someone else outed him.
Yeah,
didn't they?
He was outed by the mystery perfumer. It was Jean-Christophe Hérault. And Erwin Creed, if you believe that.
Yeah.
He was in the room. Come on, he was in the room.
He wasn't even in the room. I'm not sure he was even in the...
They even let fucking Ringo sing a couple of fucking songs. Do you know what I mean?
I'm not sure he was even in the same fucking continent room. Yeah, anyway. Amber Top Cappy. So
it's decent.
It's decent. Ben, you didn't get Amber Top Cappy. Okay, Fliss, you did or you did not?
No, I didn't. I have a sample, and I wrote a review a while ago, and I for me there was this kind of big masculine opening in a very good way. I said it was it did feel very much of its time in a good way, but because of that massive masculineness, it's just not for me. I wouldn't wear it, but I did enjoy it, that kind of big fresh spiciness. And yeah, I mean, when you say Bordeaux made it, you're like, yep, that
scans.
Sense. Yep.
That scans. Okay,
yes, that scans.
Let's talk about a different one. Fliss, why don't you just pick one that you have that you can talk about? Whether the rest of us have it, it matters not.
Well, I was going to say let's talk about La Surprise, because I know that James has got
I've never
that
heard
as well.
of La Surprise. Tell me all about that. Oh.
Can we talk about that? Because I've worn that this week.
Go for it, James. You go first.
I fucking love it.
Oh, wow.
I love it.
Wow.
I fucking love it. Right. And I wrote really, even though I'm like really sort of enamored with it, I wrote a really angry review because I read loads of things on Fragrantica and I was like, this is shit, it smells fucking crap, it smells like fucking shampoo, blah 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 blah. I was like, you fucking idiots, you don't know anything. You don't know anything about anything. And I can see why they're saying that. But it appeals to a thing like in me personally. Let me just spray it. I mean, I wore it the other day. It's like, and I think I know what Fliss is going to say. Can I try and guess what Fliss might say about this? Right?
Yeah.
That I think this follows a lot of the conventions of beautiful Chypre-esque kind of peachy, powdery, white musk, if you like, sort of perfumes, but it's kind of almost stripped back, so it doesn't have some of the more interesting things that you might get from like old vintage perfumes and stuff. But I like that. I think it's deliberate. I think Zorokian, who's done this, has done it deliberately. I think she's made like a new, a kind of new contemporary version of those old kind of perfumes, and it has this tart, like I think it's got like rhubarb or something, but it's got this tart opening, and then it just goes to this powdery, lovely fucking thing. I think Fliss might think, sorry to just keep guessing what Fliss is going to say, but I think she might miss a little bit of the like skanky sort of ness. It's very like cozy, and it's not. I personally found it to be very clutter. It doesn't even have, but it does have these little points of interest that just come out of the kind of. I fucking love it. I love it. I think I might have to get a bottle.
Wow.
Because I fucking absolutely adore it.
Okay.
But that's it really.
Okay. So Fliss, wow, follow that.
I mean, I can't follow it as well as James, but I really like it. It is a classy as all hell, really well-rounded floral white musk, and there are so many generic floral white musks out there, and this is it's a bit chunky in a way, and it's although it's light, it's got so much going on, and again, it's not in any way. Although it is linear, there's so much that comes out of it, and you can wear it a couple of times, and like one time you're like, oh, there's a bit of peach, oh, there's a freesia. I wore it the other day, and there was so much freesia just leaping out at me. It's really beautiful. I mean, I think James is right when you say it's almost a bit too perfect, and I do like a bit of a slightly dirtier musk. But if I was, if I was going to spring for an absolutely perfect white musk, this would be it. I just think it's super classy, and you're right. I think people on Fragrantica are really missing the point, and Sorokian has done it's
Sorokian as well.
Ridiculous,
and it's called La Surprise.
Yeah,
nice. Yeah. And Claude.
Rhubarb green, peach. It's got violet and rose. It smells like it's in my list on my spreadsheet as kind of that Nivea rose-esque. It has that definite violet rose musk, and the sandalwood underneath it as well, but then some. And
Claude sort of labels his perfumes masculine and feminine, doesn't he? Is this one labelled feminine? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Femme, yeah.
Good. All right. Yeah, well, that sounds nice. Sounds like I need to try La Surprise. Ben, why don't you pick one that you've got, and we'll see whether anyone else has got it.
I fancy doing this one because I fear we might rush things at the end because we've got a lot to get through. And I think this is cracker. But L'Homme aux Gants.
L'Homme Lomo
I got that one too.
Lomo Gantz.
Lomo Gant. Man with gloves.
Lomo Gantz. That's Dennis's mate from down the pub.
It's basically... And it reminds me a little bit like that Tower Shadid, but good.
Wow. And so I wondered where you were going with that.
No, so this is great. I love it. It's my favourite of the set.
Really?
I absolutely love it. It's like a very like hardwood, like lacquered hardwood sort of woody vibe with sort of quite soft vanilla in the bottom, with some lovely like sort of spiciness, which I think it has like nutmeg, which I can kind of see because it has a sweetness, but it's not sugary sweet. It's like a sort of dry, spicy sweetness rather than like a sugar kind of glassy sweetness to it. And it has like this lovely kind of like woody, grassy spiciness in the middle, which I really like. So alongside with that kind of lacquered, almost like kind of like sort of lacquered hardwood sort of, you get like that vibe you'd get of like a fresh workshop sort of thing, like furniture workshop or something.
That sounds good.
It's really good, man. I really like it, and it reminded me of that Shadid, because that's essentially what Shadid's trying to do with that kind of vanilla and kind of sort of hard woody kind of vibe, like predominant. And but whereas Shadid was all like grand, like in your face and rough and all of it spiky, this is very like soft and there is no spikes or edges to really any of it. The vanilla is lovely as well. And weirdly, a lot of the sweetness I don't think even comes from the vanilla. It comes from like that extra kind of like nutmeggy spiciness in the middle. Obviously the vanilla is providing a pretty big lump of sweetness to it, but yeah, it's not sweet at all in a sugary way or it's very like balsamic and soft, sort of cloudy rather than gacky.
I put the oud. There was a time, one of the times that I wore it, the oud, the Gaiac wood came through, and with the vanilla there was a quite a chocolatey, dusty chocolatey quality that was the texture of which was not dissimilar to Melt My Heart, and I felt that it was a little bit, it was kind of like a much lighter Melt
it's
My
definitely
Heart,
dusty
in a
though,
way,
isn't it? It's definitely got that kind of dusty
dusty chocolatey
I think that dustiness really helps with the sweetness of the vanilla as well. It stops it becoming like, because the vanilla is quite a big part of it as it goes. But I think that dustiness sort of stops the vanilla getting too like sort of like syrupy, if you like. It keeps it sort of.
Again, I think it just makes it really
there's nothing
adult
juvenile at all about it, is there? Even though the vanilla is a big part of it, it doesn't smell like a 14-year-old, or not that I routinely go around sniffing 14-year-olds.
It's very grown up.
Please don't.
No,
please don't.
No, that's
no,
so
please not.
Did you get Lomo Gaunt Fliss? Okay.
I did, yes.
And James, did you?
Yeah.
I've already got it. Yeah, I just went upstairs to find my stash of MDCIs, so I've got fucking most of these.
Oh, right. Stash.
And I was just reminding myself of it.
It sounds good.
Do you think it reminds you a little bit of like a well done Tower Shadid? Remember that Shadid thing? But this is like considerably better.
Yeah, I mean, if you take Shadid, chuck it in the fucking bin, right, and then start again.
Then it's just like it. Yeah.
I mean, there's a leatheriness to it, but to me, like I say, it smells like Gaiac wood, sort of softened, like that kind of oak wood as well. So it's got those slightly fruity, like boozy oak wood kind of thing, and a little bit of like Gaiac wood, little tiny bit of smoke, but it's really refined and like not like what someone would put Gaiac wood or fucking smoky stuff in a perfume, because they usually go over the top with it. This is like really refined.
Okay.
It's really nice, actually. I've those I haven't really give these a lot of
It's
time,
another
and why haven't I?
Tower,
Stupid.
by the way.
Makes sense.
Well-
Makes sense because she creamies everything. That's her
Creamies
like.
everything.
And it does have that dryness to the vanilla that stops the sweetness. It has the same feeling in a way as the vetiver, to be honest. That kind of sweet but dusty feel that just makes it feel very grown up.
Very restrained.
It's lovely, actually. It's
yeah,
lovely.
Okay,
It's lovely.
so I didn't get that one, so I can't comment. But I want to move us along because, Ben, you're right. We're going to end up compressing a lot of them if we're not careful. James, do you want to pick one that you got? And hopefully someone else got it and we can talk about it?
Did anyone else get Le Ami?
No.
Le Ami.
No.
No.
Le.
Well, I've got quite a funny story about it, so at least we can have a little laugh.
Does it involve sitting in a car making out with a girl who's accidentally stood in a dog shit?
No, it doesn't. No.
Oh. Then I don't want to hear it. I just want to hear that story again.
Oh, okay. No, this one. No, hang on. I thought I had the fucking thing. No, right. This one. Okay, so it's. I mean, you might like it. So this one. They're all the ones I've got here from the 2022. I keep saying dump. It's not a dump. That's like the worst thing to say. What are we calling it? Launch? I don't know.
Tranche launch.
Yeah.
Release.
So they're all based on pictures. So they have like a famous painting.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit too much of a Philistine to know all these famous artists and stuff. So this apparently, I've seen the picture.
You only
it's like
studied
a woman.
art, didn't you?
Well, yeah. Yeah. I didn't do a lot. I spent most of the time in the fucking car park. It's like fucking hotboxing it. I remember one day going into college and just staying in the car park all day. And then the tutor came out at the end of the day, like opened the door. It was like fucking Cheech and Chong. It's like, and he's like, you've not been in today? And I was like, no, I've been fucking out here. Anyway, Le Ami. I've got a friend called Amy who spells her name like that. I'm such a fucking patronising cunt because her parents are both like rough Glaswegians, right? I was like, how the fuck did you end up being called Amy? And I was like, I'm not being funny, love, but is that little accent, is that little hat on the right ear? Fuck off. It's my name, of course it's on the right fucking ear, you dickhead. So
I just fucking call it Amy. I'll do.
Amy. Can you see that?
Amy.
So it's on like not on the last one, on the second to last one.
Yeah, I see.
Anyway, French is terrible. Do you know what it is? It's gonna get the same criticism as Le Surprise from people on Fragrantica. Oh, it's not that great because. I mean, crudely, right? So it opens and it's very, this is like a fresh white musk type thing. It's more like the kind of powdery Italian sort of vibe that you get. So it's got slightly like green notes in the opening and it's really like, this is going to be this kind of almost white musk sort of inoffensive thing. And then the jasmine sort of comes in and you go, okay, it's a jasmine perfume, sort of white floral. It's very, very polite. It's not very indolic. So people who are like mad jasmine fucking heads will be like, it's like an okay jasmine or whatever. But I think it's really elegant. It's really beautiful. And for me, I do like indolic jasmines and stuff, but I don't like necessarily to wear them. I like to smell them and go, yeah, that's cool on someone else. But this I would definitely wear because it has the same kind of like cozy sort of musky quality, but it's very fresh and it's just really, really good.
Nice.
End of story. It's just a really, really good jasmine-y perfume.
You're loving the classical nature of
I am. But they're contemporary. They've got a modern brightness to them that maybe some of these vintage perfumes that I never tried in their prime, maybe they had that. Do you know what I mean?
Did anyone else get L'Amy?
I think it's superb.
Okay, well, that definitely goes on the must-try list. All right, I'm going to shout one out. Did anyone else get Le Barbier de Tanger?
No, but I have got it. And unfortunately, I got 2 of them. So when I bought my bust of Cheaper Palatine, you get 2 of these sets with them, which is bloody good, value. And they're like, which ones do you want? And I remember thinking to myself, oh, I really like that Barbier Detange. I really like that. I'm going to get 2 of those. And it's probably my fucking least favourite one. Sorry for the spoiler, but Dan, if you want to talk about that, do you really like it?
No, I don't, actually. I should like it, but I don't. It is a chaotic perfume, in my view. It starts with a kind of pineapple wrapped in, it's like sliced pineapple wrapped in kind of green grass. It's very odd, and then it becomes this weird metallic kind of barbershop. It feels like it feels just really disjointed, and I don't like it. I mean, that's the bottom line.
It's an outlier in the collection because it's hideously ugly as a perfume.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
And it's very aroma chemically, so it's got huge amounts of visible fucking ambroxan, and it is relentless as well. But there's not a lot of substance. It's very hollow. It's like it has that opening. The opening's the best bit, to be honest. The bit that you described, the kind of grassy sort of pineapple. You're like, that's engaging. That's sort of drawing me in. And then the rest of it is just like a husk of aroma chemical fucking nothing, which none of these perfumes are. They're all really classy and they're already good, so it's such a surprise. And I love the name Barbier de Tangier. It's like it's a really cool, Tangiers. You think, oh, it's going to have like fucking North African like vibes or something, or I don't know. It's like, but it's just toss.
It's just a cacophony. Not a good one in my view. Did anyone else get that, Fliss or Ben?
No.
You didn't get that. Okay, well, you've been spared.
No.
Okay, next, Fliss, pick one.
Ben and I both got Kia.
Ooh,
see, this one, right. I said the other one was my favourite, right? The L'Homme Gant was my favourite in terms of like overall kind of smell, I think. But this is my favourite from like creation, like a creative perspective. Fuck me, it's really wild. It's like a leather. Sorry, Fliss, go on, you go first.
No, go ahead. I'm enjoying listening to you.
At its base, it's like a leather rose, right? And that's kind of what punches you in the chops. But there's all this kind of like the you can definitely smell the cypriol and saffron in there, like, and they are so well blended together, the cypriol oil and the saffron, because you get that kind of like slight spiciness of the saffron, and it just goes straight into that kind of bitter sharpness of the cypriol oil in the middle, and it's just really, really lovely blended between those two notes, I think. And and then it has like all these weird strangeness, which I assume is like honey and orris, and it somehow has this weird sort of almost like vegetable-y, definitely sort of like foodie, but not in a gourmand sweet way, like almost like a savoury, strange vegetable kind of thing in the middle that I fucking loved. I thought it was great, and that might sound a bit rank, and it might make it sound a bit savoury, but it's not really. Like the rose has enough sweetness to kind of push it forward as still quite a sweet perfume, but it just has all these kind of strange kind of vegetable-y kind of spiciness to it as well. I just thought it was great. I say at its core, I think it's a rose leather, but there's just so much more going on. It makes it much more interesting.
This is Queer Cavalier you're talking about?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's another Natalie
Yeah,
Feist
so I don't have that one. I've got Queer Garamante, which I can talk about. But
yes, I got that one, yeah.
Okay, so who else got Queer Cavalier? James, you look like you have to say something.
I've got it here. Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, so
it's a very saffron heavy leather accord, but it does have that like vegetal tomato leaf type like thing to it, but yeah, it's a super heavy like saffron, but not in that like overwhelming like sharp way. It's really like toned down. It's great. I mean, it's great. There's quite a few perfumes with similar sort of vibes to this, but it's great, and it has the rose sort of back in it as well, and it's not a dead sweet rose. In fact, it's not sweet at all. Very vegetal. I really like it.
Fliss?
Yeah, I think the guys have sort of like picked everything up. I would say as well, if we're like talking about speed, I really enjoy it.
You mean, or just
I don't know.
Speed as in getting through all of it?
No, I meant speed and getting through everything. I don't know if I would wear it myself, but I think it is very classy, and it feels. Yeah, the leather accord is lovely in it as well, and I'm not sure this is my bag. But there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It still is accomplished and classical and all that beautiful stuff. It's just maybe not something that I would necessarily wear.
I'm interested as to how it. Look, a young child has appeared.
I'm going to go and take him back to bed.
I'm interested as to how it compares to Queer Cavalier.
Very different. Queer Garamante, you mean?
Sorry, Queer Garamante. Do you have them both, Ben?
I do, yeah. And Garamante is very different. So Garamante, to me, is much softer, much softer. The rose and the leather is like way more subdued. There's a lot more like woodiness and that saffron, but the saffron in this one is kind of goes with that incensey kind of saffron-y kind of. It's much softer. In comparison, Cavalier is like coming out swinging, right? Like it's really going to punch you in the chops. Whereas the Garamante is much more composed and polite. I mean, the leather in Cavalier, I wouldn't say it's like a barnyardy leather. It's quite a refined leather, but it's so much more like aggressive in its presentation compared to Queer Garamante. Whereas the leather in Queer Garamante is much more like back in the composition, isn't it? It's much more like underneath, like the saffron and the kind of that kind of pink peppery and incense kind of thing. I feel is stronger than the leather in Garamante, whereas in Cavalier the leather is like smacks you in the chops like big hard. I love it though. I really like Garamante. I thought it was great.
Well, I'm enjoying Garamante. James, what did you think?
Garamante for many years has been my favourite MDCI.
Oh, really?
And as much as I love Chypre Palatin, Queer Garamante has been. That was the one when I first tried the brand fucking years ago that I was like, I want to get that. Still never got it. Still never bought it. For me, it's a kind of it's kind of all about labdanum, really. Even though it doesn't overtly smell of labdanum, it's very sandalwood. It's very like soft, a little bit of like vanilla in there, but it smells to me like that kind of excitement of going into a perfume department like years ago when I wasn't as jaded about perfume, basically. And I fucking absolutely adore it. I'm not even smelling it now because the Cavalier is so it's so like too much, and I've put far too much on my arm. But I know what Queer Garamante smells like, and I actually wore it the other week, so it's quite fresh in my memory. I love it, and again, that's another one that has been on the long-term list of something that I need to get.
The soapy sandalwood is really lovely in it. With the saffron is such really a classic pairing as well. Like soapy sandalwood with saffron, they obviously accentuate each other.
It's not a loud perfume though, is it? It's not impactful at all, but it's just like gently sort of humming. I think probably my favourite.
I think it's the strongest leather of the house in terms of. I mean, I think MDCI do lovely leather accords, but if you want to try one of them, this is like.
See, I think Cavalier is a stronger leather in the fact that it's more punchy, it's more sledgehammery with the leather. But this is a more, I think, like, I see what you're saying in the sense like it's a more like grounded leather perfume, whereas Cavalier goes all over the place a little bit, sort of hops around.
Sorry, Fliss. We're talking about Garamante now. Are you on Garamante? Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's what I'm smelling.
Okay.
I've got a sample
cool.
of it. Yeah. I think it's lovely, but I feel like it's one of the toughest. I want to say tough. There's a slightly almost queer-y kind of feel to it, for me. I think it's a lovely leather.
So I'll just say on the just to revert back to the last one, the queer Cavalier, whatever. It smells so a lot more rose now coming through, and to be honest, not to take away, this is like much better than anything I could make, but I did have a habit of making loads of perfumes with loads of saffron, loads of natural rose otto, or just the most absurdly expensive shit, and just mixing it all together, and it kind of it has that effect of the Queer Cavalier. This isn't obviously much nicer and made by a proper perfumer and stuff, but it's kind of giving me vibes of just those amazing natural materials. So really good rose, really good saffron, and it has this kind of leathery sort of accord underneath, like bringing it all together. But yeah, there's clearly good naturals in the Queer Cavalier.
Cool. Right, well, I'm going to give you my last one because I may as well, which is L'Elegant. Did anyone else get L'Elegant?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. This is a like. I'm not going to say it's a love. It was quite different, I felt, on the strip than it is on skin. On the skin, it's very incensey peppery. On the strip, it had more of a almost, sort of nutmeggy sort of quality to it. But on skin, it's all just incense and pepper to me. And whilst I don't mind a bit of incense and I don't mind a bit of pepper, this is not doing it for me exactly. There is a sort of honeyness to it, which kind of gives it that vintagey sort of vibe, I guess. And it is quite elegant, but it's a like, not a love. I certainly don't dislike it, but it's not my favourite of the batch. And to be honest, just looking at them, I don't think any of these would quite trouble Invasion Barbar as my favourite. I mean, that remains my favourite perfume of all time, full stop, end of story. So there's a high bar
for any of them, because you love that so much. I think that then your expectation of a house
is unreasonable.
You've got this
completely unreasonable. and Chypre Palatine, I don't think any of these quite trouble Chypre Palatine as a sort of just a kind of work of art. But I have enjoyed several of them. The only one I would say I dislike is the Barbier de Tanger. But no one else got... James, you did get L'Elegant. What did you make of it?
Peppery incense.
Yeah. Right.
Definitely rounded with the cardamom and the nutmeg. I mean, it's really nice, but like it's resin on resin on resin. There's not a lot of other fucking light and shade. I'm not saying it's not complex, because it's kind of got those spices in and you can pick them out. And you know what? It's a really good perfume. But it didn't excite me particularly. And you know what? I'll wear that fucking 11 mils or whatever, and I'll really enjoy it because it's extremely good perfumery. But it's like, say, it didn't spark anything in me particularly. But I'm certainly not slagging it off. It smells lovely.
Yeah. I mean, it sort of reminds me of something, and I can't quite pin it down. I mean, the smells like Som Fragrantica, a complete bot. Oh, do you know what? Crépuscule des Âmes. It's the Atelier des Ors. I guess the honey sort of aspect to it, some of the spiciness, maybe, but
for men, I can see that the Clive Christian.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, I did that. Not so much for me. It's okay. It's okay. It's not going to change my life. Not like Invasion Barbara did. That genuinely just changed.
Amazing,
my life.
Mr. Sam.
Genuinely changed
my
your
life.
life.
Okay.
I remember you getting your picture taken.
No,
next to
not Cecile Zarokian. It was Stephanie Bakouche. Yes,
Stephanie Bakouche, and you looked like you had just met your favourite person,
my perfume pop star. Okay, so we've done all of mine. What have we not done, Ben, from your collection?
So I've got one more. It's called Peche Cardinal, which is a peach perfume, as you might imagine, like peach in the front.
Peachy Peche.
Not my cup of tea, but it's really nice. It's like tuberose that's like smoky tuberose and it has it has this sort of like plummy coconut thing going on, and the coconut blends with the tuberose so well. You get this kind of like smoky, thick tuberose with a coconut kind of thing, but it's quite light for a tuberose. I mean, all tuberose is quite thick and heavy, I think, but for a tuberose, it is quite light and airy still. And it's lovely. Not something that I would wear. The peach is super in your face.
It's really in your face peach, isn't it? Really, really in your face peach. So there's no mistake.
No. It's definitely like, it's almost like, I think, if you were to initially spray it and go, oh, not a fan of that, which is what I first did, you think that's just all peach and it's horrible. I'm not interested. But if you give it a bit of a chance, then you can smell the nuance of the other stuff. But peach is like right up front, right? Like the main thing. Really well done. I love the tuberose in it, and with the coconut, I think is quite good. But not my thing. Was my least favourite in the box, unfortunately. But like I say, not my thing. If you like peach perfumes, I may recommend it just for the interest of the tuberose. But it's a bit much for me. That's
okay. Did anyone else get Peche Cardinal?
No, but I've smelled it before, and I'm a mad tuberose fan, but for me, I can't get past the peach, and so I'm less of a fan of the peach, and so waiting for the dry down, I'm just like, I can't. It's just a bit much for me. But I mean, I know several people who are just, they're bonkers for it.
Once it gets down to that like tuberose and coconutty kind of smokiness, like it's lovely. It really is nice. But for me, the peach is it's a bit obnoxious.
Okay, all right. James, have you got something to say about Peche Cardinal?
No, not really. I remember it was quite a mellow sort of peach perfume. I haven't got it here to reference, but I do remember I tried it a long time ago, so I can't really remember, but it was all right. What I do just want to mention, because I've got one more, and it is out of the same line, so it kind of fits, and it's a Bertrand de Chauffeur, right? And none of you can smell it, right? And it's funny because I put it to my note, fucking bonkers, and you said bonkers, Fliss, and pretty much the exact same time, and I was like, that's exactly what this fucking smells like. So it's a Bertrand de Chauffeur. I'll read the notes out to you. So it's Nashi pear, carambola, which is star fruit, pomegranate, lemon, red berries, osmanthus, ozonic notes, magnolia, honeysuckle, jasmine, marshmallow, driftwood, white musk, sandalwood, and vanilla. It's fucking, for MDCI, this is fucking mental. It's called La Ravissante. And it's kind of, the picture is the artwork that it's based on is a lady on a kind of little chair with a kind of flowy dress being drawn, painted. it's nuts, right? And I only know that it's okay because you smell it on the strip now and you go, what is that? It's the kind of thing, it might be the kind of thing, Dan, that your daughters would nick off you.
Right.
Because it's extremely sweet, but it has this like structure, like substance to it, and you can tell Bertrand Duchefort just goes crazy on this, right? As he does sometimes. And it's super, like, what's weird about it is it's modern, but it kind of, again, it's got this like, does it nod to something old? I don't know. I did put it on my skin, so I know that the dry down is actually much more, it calms down, as do most perfumes, but it's an extremely fruity, mad thing. Like, and I think it just needs to be tried just to see what you think of it. And it does have this like slight bubblegummy, marshmallowy kind of undertone, which you go, oh, no, I don't like that, but it actually brings some interest to it, and you almost go, is that like tuberose or something? No, it's fucking weird. And it's quite dark in colour, if you can see, like the little thing.
Don't spray that on your clothes. Did you get that?
I doubt. I mean, it's very feminine as well, very feminine.
I have sprayed it before, and I've got a tiny sample of it, and for me it's like, it is very Bertrand. Uncle Bertie is just having so much fun, but for me it's not my favourite. It's very, very, very femme, amped up, like red berries and fruits. It's so sweet, that this massive bright opening. It's a little bit cough droppy for me. It's a little bit cough droppy. The musk dry down is lovely. And again, I would think that none of these are linear, and so there's so much going on with them. You're always going to get something different. For me, this reminded me a little bit of Body Shop Dewberry in its kind of like in-your-faceness, and that musky dry down. And I think it's too femme for me in a way. It's a little bit. It feels quite young. I think the saying that one of Dan's daughters would steal it is bad.
Okay.
It's not.
I'll let them know.
Not my thing.
Brilliant. Right. Okay. So that's all of yours, James, as well, is it? And Fliss, you should have one, maybe even two left.
Yeah, my last one is Enlèvement au Serail, which is it's a Francis collection, actually.
Is this before he decided to just phone it in at Dior? Yes, totally. It's 2006, and the notes are Liang, orange, bergamot, jasmine, tuberose, rose, sandalwood, patchouli, vetiver, vanilla, and it is absolutely phenomenal. Okay, wow.
Is this one you nicked out of mine?
It is.
Oh, well, it sounds like I wouldn't have rated it.
It's the one
anyway,
I nicked out of yours,
yeah.
I did. I mean, that's one of the things I did think was when I nicked it. I thought, I don't think this is going to be Ben's thing. It smells like, if someone told me that this was a modern Guerlain, I would believe them. But a lot of the modern Guerlains I really dislike. But it has that kind of the sandalwood and that fresh top of the citrus, but then this beautiful blooming white flowers and the liang and the jasmine, and then this lovely sandalwood soft base. I wore it twice, and the husbeast, who never ever says anything, as he walked past me, he went, "Oh, that's a nice perfume," which is then why I wanted to nick it from you, Ben. And the sandalwood in the dry down is almost Samsara-esque. It's just beautiful, and I am.
Oh wow! Well, that's good. No one else got that then. You just nicked it off of Ben. I like that. Okay,
I nicked it off Ben because I didn't.
Well, let's bring this MDCI spaceship into land. So, out of the ones you were sent, favourite and least favourite, Ben.
Oh, probably Queer Cavalier, maybe, or what was it? The Lomo Gantz. If I had to pick,
those you're fighting out for your favourites.
Yeah, probably Lomo Gantz. Probably my favourite. I don't know. Queer Cavalier was really good.
Okay,
one of those two.
It's all right. One of those two.
And I really liked actually Quig Aramante as well. Blue Satin was even good. It was just that it was not sort of exciting, but it was still good. Peche Cardinal, definitely my least favourite. Oh, and the Vetiver one was nice as well that everyone got. Yeah, that was good. All told, I really liked it. I mean, 3 out of 5 being fighting for the top spot is pretty fucking good going for starters. Yeah. And then the other one not being a bad perfume, just not being like anything exciting is fine. And then the last one being a bit not my thing, but still, even that, I wouldn't say it's a bad perfume. I wouldn't. So all told,
pretty high scores across the board.
Yeah, pretty much. If I had like one criticism, I'd say that they don't all last that long. Like a couple of mine, like Queer Garamonte, I think it was. I found that lasted like a couple of hours and it was kind of gone then, and I was like, and the same with the L'Homme Gantz. It lasts like, okay, you get like 6 hours out of it, which is not bad, but you could definitely wear something else in the evening. Do you know, like which is unusual for that type of perfume, I'd say.
Yeah, agreed.
So yeah, that would be my main criticism, but overall, like really good perfumes, like really good. I enjoyed them all.
Fair. James, favourites, least favourites, and overall summary?
I think least favourite is Barbier de Tangier, which we all know about. And then think, obviously, La Surprise was a big surprise. I liked all of them. I liked all of these new ones, right? I like the Vetiver, I like La Surprise, L'Elegant, L'Ami, even the Le Revissant one, because the dry down is so nice, even though it's hyper femme. The Amber Top Cappy is a good, and I didn't realise I shouldn't have got that because I already have one of those in my set. So I'm so stupid. But anyway, I could have got a different one, but never mind. So yeah, I think La Surprise. I love Queer Garamonte, as I've always said. It was nice to reminisce on the Man with Gloves one, Oderants. They're all just pretty classy, aren't they? They're pretty decent. This is the problem, though. They're just nothing that really, like... Well, apart from the two that I've mentioned that I probably would buy full bottles of, the rest of it is just good, solid, decent.
Well curated.
Yeah, really well curated. So well done to Claude.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
Yeah. I'd agree with that. I just think that they're all so classical and well done and obviously well thought out. It's then just a case of which ones really touch you, and which ones don't, or which ones move you emotionally, and which ones are just not your bag because of the note profile. Doesn't that's how you're going to make your choice, I think. And I mean, for me, I know you said, Dan, that Invasion Barbare is your ride or die, and for me that's Chypre Palatin. I mean, that is my ride or die perfume forever. And so yeah, I think the 11 months Eau Serai now, I think I'm going to have to really think hard about saving up for that, because wow, my God.
Okay, well, yes. I mean, I think my favourite, and you can call me a boring old twat, but Blue Satin I really, really liked.
Boring old twat.
Yeah, well, I asked for that. The Vetiver one.
Hello.
You've been saving that up for the last hour and a half. You fucking knobhead. Hello. Yeah. So when I say goodbye, you can hello. Anyway, Blue Satin I liked a lot. The Vetiver I really like. Amber Top Cappy I love the actual scent. The performance is somewhat lackluster. I really like Queer Garamonte as well. L'Elegant I could take or leave, and Le Barbier de Tangier I disliked. But even though I disliked it, even though it is quite a jarring perfume, I sort of like the fact it exists, because I feel like probably someone will walk in and love that, and it's not the same as anything else, so fair play. And it would be ridiculous if I loved every perfume in a range as broad as this, but I do think It is a beautifully curated range. I love the fact that Claude's name is nowhere near any of it. You know, he's just the guy who put the thing together. You know, it's the modern day equivalent of a showrunner. You know, it's like really is the guy, and I really like that. So I guess we should also thank Claude for sending these, and Aaron for facilitating, and Fliss for sending them out to me, and James and Ben, and stealing one from Ben because her husband
Sorry,
likes
Ben.
it on her. But no, it's been fun, and it's a brilliant house to review, and I commend this statement to the house. James, you had something you were going to say there?
Sorry, I was just talking to Jenny.
No, right. James did not have something to say. He was just talking to his wife.
She's not flashing.
No,
you
she's
again,
just
is
having a
she,
fag.
Having a fag, a cheeky fag.
Yeah.
Right. Well, okay. Let's wrap it up because I'm bored of the sound of my own voice, which is seldom a good sign. It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much, guys. We'll be back in 2 weeks with more absolute bullshit on Les Oderants. We'll catch you next time. Bye.
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 Hello.
Bye.